Hello and welcome to Talkin Baseball. The Dodgers made some final moves. The A's get some bullpen pieces. Other stuff happened as well. We're going to discuss everything. A lot of small moves happening. How about it? Hello and welcome, Jake. Hello and welcome to Talkin Baseball. My name's Jimmy. Sitting next to me is Jake in California. We got Trevor Plouffe behind the desk. We have producer Bug Dude, and we are presented by DraftKings. How about that? How about that? We got a ton of moves. Spring training starts tomorrow. A ton of moves were made over the weekend. Kind of small moves. So it's a lot of groundskeeping on today's episode. Quick reminder. You know more about your favorite team than we do. Unless it's the Yankees. Jake and I are well-versed in the Yankees, but someone might know more than us, you know?
My Rocks, you know.
You
should talk about them a lot this year.
Yeah. I'm excited for the Diamondbacks TPP to drop that we recorded the other day. Excited for that one to hit the airwaves. Anyway, this episode is brought to you by Jessica Jankowski. That's a great name.
Jank.
Jessica Jankowski. Michael Koos, Adam Rude, Austin Gately, Patrick Parsons, Cameron Guzzo, Guzzo, like Cuzzo,
Out
but
of the
Guzzo.
bullpen, yeah.
That's a bullpen, yeah. Cam Guzzo.
Here comes Guzzo.
Grayson Norris, Brent Erickson, Luke, Zach Allen, Kyle Presley, Garrett Finley, Nicholas Collins, Reese Calvin, Christopher Bray, Alex Harrison, Vincent Venturella, William Goodwin, Charles Crawford, Maddie Helgett, Travis Belanger. It's different than Bellinger, but I'm going to say Bellinger. Saul Rodriguez and Christopher Ditchfield. Congrats to all of them for having names that were pretty easy to pronounce. I've been put through the gauntlet a lot recently. That was pretty easy. So anyway, welcome to the show. I'm excited. Jake, how are you doing?
James, Trevor, David Mendelson. Good morrow. That doesn't sound right. I'm doing well, man. Spring training begins. Pitchers and catchers report tomorrow. That's exciting. Again, weird up and down emotions with it because I should be there. I should be getting loose. Coaches should be looking at me saying he looks good this year. But instead, I'm up in Nueva York, and I'm excited, man. You know, it's good seeing these guys, you know, pick their spring training homes. I think you know, some of these veterans are just looking for a spot to know where they're going to go. So even if they showcase themselves for a month and they can get that non-roster release and go to a better home or an injury, whatever. So I'm excited, man. And it's starting to, like, off-season's kind of over, Trev.
It is, and love is in the air. We had Valentine's Day. I don't know what you guys ended up doing. I had a great night. Yes, Jim, women do belong in sports.
Huge.
They do belong, and they deserve to be treated nicely. Did you guys get flowers? Did you do a card?
Nope.
Please tell me you did.
No, I didn't. Katie hates Valentine's Day more than me. I'm a
James. Dexter Fowler just put this out on his Instagram. He said, guys, it doesn't matter if she tells you she's not into flowers or cards or anything. Just get her some flowers.
So, Trev, do you want me to bring Katie in here? Because she hears people say that. I was listening to a podcast once where the guy was saying that. She says, that's so fucking annoying. When I say I don't want flowers, I'm not a baby and hiding my emotions. I truly don't. So I'm not going to go get her flowers. I shower Caitlin with love every day. I'm a sappy guy. So
stop. I'm going to send her flowers.
I, too, will send her flowers.
I get her flowers sometimes.
Forget about all that. If you look, your relationship might be an anomaly. Everybody else, get your girl some flowers. I will say this.
Get them on a different day. So there's like a different reason. Yeah.
Boost the economy.
100%. I want you guys to realize that not only was love in the air for us, common folk, but love is in the air for a lot of our big league former bachelors. We have Cole Tucker
official
showing up, IG official.
Yeah.
It's official as official gets.
Big one.
We have
they're
Jack
dating?
Flaherty, official as official gets. Pictures, stories. We have Scott Kingery, pictures,
Who's
flowers.
Flaherty?
Cody Bellinger, the whole gang.
The
is
AZ
locked up,
boys.
and I don't know how to feel about it.
Trev, baseball season's here, man. You can't be thinking about that.
Is it going to be good for the guys' games all locked up?
Yeah.
Only time will tell.
Yeah. All of those guys. I have Cole Tucker as my lead for the NL MVP currently.
He's winning right now.
How were you getting nasty in Calabasas for Valentine's Day or what?
I did Malibu. We went to one of our favorite spots for dinner out
I saw
there.
that.
First time at a restaurant in a long time because LA is still a complete disaster.
Yeah.
And then we ended up meeting Braun and his wife, his lovely wife Larissa. We got a drink at Nobu, so it was nice night.
Where did he say he was signing again?
Team Israel.
Yeah, Team Israel.
Okay.
Keep up.
Yeah.
I just like
So
getting you guys
had
to
a good
react.
weekend.
That's fantastic. I cooked lunch and dinner. That was my Valentine's gift.
BBD made out with his grandma.
Yeah, again.
I don't blame him.
They call it practice.
Assing.
We have breaking news. Is it
That
not?
was the news.
Is it not? Are you just distracting? Is this a passing to change
Jeff
the subject?
What
Jeff
timing?
Mathis just signed with the Phillies.
Oh, wow.
Who?
Yeah,
Who?
Mathis.
Jeff Mathis.
Yeah.
1.8 million if he makes the MLB roster.
I think you were trying to change the subject.
Yeah.
JT Real Mucha. Who's the other catchers there right now? Andrew
Girardi
Knapp.
can still strap it on.
Girardi,
Girardi's
Torreyes.
back up.
Torreyes, yeah.
Torreyes is
Fourth
a
string.
They
first.
love Andrew Knapp there. It's going to be tough for Mathis to break that roster. Pitching and catcher gives you good at bats. Pitching staff loves him.
Jim,
Yeah.
can we talk about the MLB favorites?
Yeah, the Dodgers did a lot of stuff. I think they kind of ended their offseason as spring training's about to start. The first news is we got some insight into Bauer's contract. On his end, it's the same. He gets the same guaranteed money that we thought, $40 million year one and $45 million and then 23 or whatever it is. But on the Dodgers end, they did some real tricky stuff to make the cap hit as little as possible. It's so interesting. So he's going to get a $10 million signing bonus in 2021. $10 million signing bonus. And if he opts out, there's a $2 million buyout. And his on the book salary for year one is 28. So he's guaranteed $40 million. But his salary, quote unquote, is only $28 million, which is just funky math. The next year, his salary bumps up to $32 million with a $15 million buyout if he opts out. That's a damn pricey buyout. So this doesn't change anything. It's just kind of Hollywood math that the Dodgers are doing for their salary luxury tax reasons.
So if he doesn't opt out, the first year he'll make $38 million. Then, if he plays the second year, is that
$10 million
correct?
signing bonus and 28 in salary. If he opts out, there's $2 million buyout. So yeah, I guess then it would be 28 for the first year.
38 million
38.
for the
He'll
first
have
year.
38.
Yeah. And then if he doesn't opt out in year two, then the 2023 salary becomes $32 million. So he's still going to get his money.
Why wouldn't the team just give the entire thing as a signing bonus? Because I've said this before. I don't know why.
Yeah, I
they
think
don't
we're
do it.
getting
Is
in
there
some
a
weeds we don't
way?
want to get into.
There's got to be
if I'm
some
being
rules
honest.
and accounting. But yeah, I don't really know exactly the purposes between the funky math. There's an article. Jared Diamond wrote it.
Could reach out.
Why don't
Got
the
the
Yankees
contacts.
just give Giancarlo Stanton a $30 million signing
No,
bonus?
because there's still caveats that make it part of the AAV,
Yeah,
but
and
like you can only get
If
so
he gets
far.
bought out, that ends up landing on the AAV. So I don't know. We're in a weird area.
And it's still just the total value is what the AAV is based on. So I don't know.
Yeah,
It doesn't
a
help
shitload of
luxury
money
tax
any way you look
stuff.
at it.
Yeah, we're definitely not a math pod, so
No.
it was dicey to even enter this round.
I thought we were going to Turner. I thought Turner was the news.
Well, I mean, we're just going in order of the topics to discuss on our sheet.
I thought Turner should have been first. Hot take, Jake.
Shop.johnboymedia.com.
Add.
Turner back to the Dodgers, 2 years, $34 million. I mean, we all kind of knew he was going to go back to the Dodgers. I said it a while ago. He breaks the news himself, beats every reporter to the punch. It's kind of fun. And then, I don't know. Do you want to? I mean, we knew this was going to happen. It's not a shock. We looked at Turner's numbers recently, and he's been damn good.
Yeah.
Like, kind of overshadowing. He's been overshadowed by all the other stuff going on in LA. What was it? Last 8 seasons, he had like an OPS plus of 130 or something stupid like that. So,
yeah, I think the bigger story is, LA, the Dodgers have been quiet this offseason. Everyone assumed Turner. We also hit a free agency where, Turner was getting rumors everywhere. Turner was getting Brewers rumors. Turner was getting Nationals rumors. Turner was getting Braves rumors from some real people. So, in the end, it did turn up. I think he was just trying to get the proper evaluation and price tag. But he goes home. Bauer, and low-key, the Dodgers, defending champions, have had one of the best off seasons of any baseball team. So, I think I'm pretty against, running it back in any sport, especially baseball. Especially after watching the Chiefs, what they did. They seemed like a layup, and they got punched in the face in the Super Bowl. But, man, these Dodgers, dude, Bauer and Turner are back. They're a force.
they're good.
I'm
10 years.
What's that?
I just want to correct it. Last 10 years, Turner has averaged a 129 OPS, or he's been a 129 OPS plus player. Last 10 years.
Pretty good.
I mean, when did he come into the league?
2009 with the Baltimore Orioles.
We heard some rumblings about the Brewers making offers. We heard some rumblings, Dodgers. I don't think the Brewers necessarily were ever in real contention. They were going to have to blow the Dodgers offer out of the water, and I don't think they were going to get there. So it seemed inevitable that JT was going to be back with the Dodgers. If you're him, why would you leave? You're a legend. You're from Southern California. You won the World Series.
That's what I would say. He's pretty part of the culture there.
Yeah. Oh my goodness, dude. Like, for a guy to grow up in Southern California and then kind of start your career off the way he did, to like have the renaissance with the Dodgers and then go win the World Series, like he's an LA legend, man. I don't know how else to put it.
What's his home address?
He's I think I might know it. Let me check real quick.
In case anyone wants to send him anything.
Huge.
No, I think he's
out.
somewhere in the Valley though. He reps the Valley.
Wow.
Oh, he does.
Valley
No
Trav.
big deal. Yeah.
Valley
I don't know if you
Trav.
consider where he lives the Valley. Some people do, some people don't.
Valley Snob is who you are.
Yeah.
It's hard to be a Valley snob because people hate on the Valley. If you like the Valley, you're the opposite of a snob.
Didn't you used to
Wish I loved the Valley, but I just can't breathe when I'm there.
Yeah, no. It's
Yeah,
gross.
exactly. It's
The
too
air.
hot.
Yeah.
I'm an
Didn't you used
LA
to rent
girl.
a convertible just to drive up and down Ventura Boulevard?
5.
Mm-mm.
That wasn't you?
I used to ride my bike up and down Ventura Boulevard, and
I thought
Steal
you used
magazines in
to
the-
test ride convertibles and just ride from one dealer to the other waving the hot chicks. That wasn't you?
I used to take my Corvette.
Yeah.
oh, that was Jake. That was
It
Jake.
was Jake. It was Jake. right.
I'd go up the 5.
What?
I'd connect to the
405,
405, and then I'd just get on. And I'd rip. Sometimes I'd surf. I loved it.
Oh my gosh! Would a surfboard hold you up?
Ooh, it's okay.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
Longboard.
Wow.
Longboard.
Jake, you're
okay.
you're fat, dude.
Hey, you were
Man.
getting on me. You told me that 8-year-old me looked like 12-year-old me. That was weird.
Oh,
That's the
what
highest
a burn!
burn.
Oh, you were a beast when you were young.
I was.
Damn.
In other
Brutal.
Padres news, because they have so much damn bullpen, they took one of their bullpen pieces, Kalarick, and traded him to the A's for a minor league infielder, third baseman, second baseman, Sheldon Noose, who lit it up in AAA. Noisy.
Yeah. It's a
Noisy.
weird one. Yeah.
Noisy.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's tough.
Yeah.
Noisy.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Otherwise, I think it looks,
Okay.
noisy.
Noisy. Well, they traded Kolarek to Oakland for Noisy. A guy named Gus Varland. Kind of looks like Sonny Gray. And someone else was part of this deal. But really, they traded away Kolarek, who's been pretty good. And he's got 4 years of control left. But, I mean, the Dodgers just have a surplus of arm talent. And relievers are pretty volatile. And I don't even think they really used him in the playoffs last year. So they just trade him and get some depth pieces. Maybe this Noisy dude becomes the next Kike roaming infield hitter for them. I really don't know the plan there. The Dodgers also extended Austin Barnes, 2 years, $4.3 million arbitration. And they made another trade. What?
They extended him. That was a 2-year deal.
They just avoid arbitration. They just bought out his arbitration.
It was an ARB deal.
Oh, it can't be 2 years. So 2 years, and the total was 4.3. I'm sorry, I didn't see this one.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
They're just buying out his arbitration. And they traded Dylan Floro to the Marlins for left-hand pitcher Alex Vesia.
Ooh.
And Kyle Hurt, who is the 5th-round pick. So the Dodgers just kind of making some housekeeping moves here. I don't think any of these are really of note. I think for the A's, the Kolarek deal is because he can be a very plus reliever, and now they get him. And look out for this Noisy kid. The Dodgers grab him, and they can probably groom him, and he's probably going to become a stud. So the A's also signed Sergio Romo and re-signed Petit. So the A's are making bullpen moves. The Dodgers are making ancillary moves. I think.
How old are Sergio and Petit? Can we get on that, BBD? Holy, Petit seems like he's been in the league for 15 years.
Combined age, or what are you looking for here?
Petite is 36.
Okay.
Sergio's 38. Or going into his 38-year-old season.
He's gross.
Sergio could throw till he's 45. I mean, he just throws that slide ball up there. He's all good.
Still tricking him.
Still tricking him. Haircut,
Still
buddy.
tricking him.
My haircut partner. A's are gonna A.
Yes.
They've got a bunch of gross guys in the bullpen, and that hits on multiple levels. I mean, Diekman is kind of a flat-out stud, also comes from a gross arm angle. Romo, gross on many levels.
Healthy eater.
Kolarek, where he comes from. Trevino's been doing it for a little while now. Wendelken, Petit, these A's are going to do what the A's do. I think it's weird. I've been trying to wrap my head around the offseason and, who had the best offseason, blah, blah, blah. Look at Bassett's going to give them solid innings. Luzardo, Montes, Minaya, fires. When you compare that rotation to a lot of others, that holds. They've got the bullpen. They've got the foul ground. This team's going to be able to pitch. It's how much can they hit? How much can Trev's Matty Chapman come back to do it? But for the A's operating under their own gross rules, this A's team is going to do their things. And, yeah, the Dodgers, you almost get grossed out when they're making moves. Sheldon Noisy, I feel like he's a stocky infielder.
Someone has said in our chat, Jacob Jensen, I'll shout him out in our YouTube chat. He said Sheldon Noisy is going to be the next Max Muncy.
I was just going there.
Oh,
Jesus.
Jacob Jensen beat you.
No, he didn't. I was just talking. I was trying to get the words
If you
out.
said it, Jacob would have been at home being like, Jake just stole my goddamn take.
Oh, goddamn.
Well, let's hope it's not the next Max Muncy because the A's just gave him away. So let's maybe keep
4
him.
years of Kolarek ain't bad, and they got Chapman, Trev. This kid's been blocked because Chapman is the third baseman. He played 126 games at AAA in 2019 and absolutely raked. He had a 317 batting average, 389 on base percentage. I think a lot of other teams, he probably cracks the roster, but unfortunately the A's have one of the best third basemen in baseball, so he's a little bit blocked. I think that maybe as an A's fan, you're saying, oh, maybe we're going to stick with Chapman. Maybe we're going to extend him. I don't know. But,
It'd be cool to see Chapman go to the shortstop.
That's not happening.
Who they just signed?
They got
Andrews.
They got Elvis
In the trade.
Andrews. That's right. They traded for Andrews. Look, if he's the next Max Muncy, the A's, that's tough for them.
He's a thick king. He's 6'2", 232. He plays a little bit all around the infield. He's been mostly at second base for the A's. He's got some minor league numbers where he's hit pretty well. Interesting to see. I mean, the A's, if they think Sheldon Noisy could be a real piece, they wouldn't trade him even for 4 years of Kolarek. So, I don't know. You got to be scared trading with the Dodgers because, man, they can everything we just talked about. Muncy, Justin Turner, like they've got something in the water there in L.A., not in the Valley.
Yeah, I think this kid's. I don't know why the A's would trade him. Seems. We don't know everything, but whatever.
They don't believe.
His second picture on Baseball Reference is funny. Looks like a bruiser.
Oh, thick.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, again, Muncy's listed at 6', 215. Do what you want with that. Noisy listed at 6', 232. So, Noisy, honest.
All in the ass.
Muncy has lived in LA a few years.
It's from Fossil Ridge High School in Keller, Texas.
Hell yeah. Sooner.
So that's all the Dodgers news, right? And then the A's news. Like, the A's their bullpen got better. Well, they lost Liam.
They lost Liam.
So we're kind of in the pendulum swinging, and we'll see where it lands. They're doing their best to fortify it after losing Hendricks. They got some names.
What do you think Sergio Romo's look is going to be like in Oakland? Is it going to be just shag, beard? Is it going to be cleaned up? What's he going to
do? Yeah, it's going to be a lot of beard, Trev, because as a reliever, he only really pitches at night. And by the time he comes into the game, it's freezing in Oakland. So he's going to want the extra beard and the longer hair. He might even wear undershirts. And then when it's hot, for the first 3 innings, he'll just chill in the clubhouse. That's analysis.
If you guys don't think Sergio Romo's got a beard oil that helps him twirl that slider a little bit, you're out of your mind.
Of course he does.
Out of your damn mind.
That's why I like Garrett Cole, who has long hair.
Classic thing I come back to is when you're playing a team, do what the opponent doesn't want you to do. And a lot of these guys out of the bullpen, you just don't want to see them come in and be gross.
For the A's.
Yes.
Yeah.
Kolarek, Petit, Romo, Diekman. They're just gonna
Trevino.
They're just gonna slop on you. Even their starting pitchers are guys you're uncomfortable about. Trev always talks about how Bassett's a weird at bat because he's a gangly MFer. Luzardo's twirling it from the side. Manaya's got some weird stuff going on.
He's really tall.
A's.
That's the A's. Thanks for tuning in. Now I got to tell you a little bit about DraftKings, Trev. DraftKings is doing this crazy promotion for March Madness. You sign up, you use code JOMBOY, you make a bet, a $1 bet that you choose a team, Trev, right? And you say, I think this team's going to hit a 3-pointer in the game. Dang. And you bet $1 on it, and if that team hits a 3-pointer, then you get $100. So basically, I mean, imagine if one team doesn't hit a 3 and that's the team you chose.
It's tough.
I think legally you got to I don't know, look in the mirror. Just really take in your decisions. Because this should be a no-brainer. All it takes is one 3-pointer being hit by your chosen team to turn $1 into $100. It's a no-brainer. This slam dunk of an offer won't be around forever, so head to the App Store now, download the DraftKings Sportsbook, and get in on all of the action. They also have hockey and soccer and a lot more. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now and use promo code JOMBOY to get your shot to turn $1 into $100 when you bet on any team to hit a 3-pointer in any basketball game this week. That's promo code JOMBOY for new customers to get a shot at 100 to 1 odds on any basketball team to hit a 3-point shot only at DraftKings Sportsbook. You must be 21 or older, New Jersey, Indiana, Michigan, or Virginia only. New customers only. Restrictions apply. Winnings paid out in $425 free bets. See DraftKings.com/sportsbook for details. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Or in Indiana, call 1-800-9-WITH-IT. Or in Virginia, call 888-532-3500. I've been overpronouncing DraftKings, because everyone always says it sounds like I say DraftKings because I talk wrong. Guy told me I pronounce Twitter wrong once, and I said it to myself, and I do pronounce it wrong. It was eye-opening.
People are the worst thing on the planet.
What? How do you say Twitter?
I say it with a C-H-T. Twitter.
Twitter?
Twitter. Like a C-H at the C-H-W is how. But then I said it to myself, and then I said it to the whole office. I don't know, it was like a couple weeks ago, and everyone was like, yeah, you do say Twitter, not Twitter.
Okay.
Holy
promo code JOMBOY.
Promo code JOMBOY. The Cubs signed Jake Arrieta to a 1-year, $6.5 million contract. Trevor, ex-teammate of yours?
This guy.
One of my favorite teammates I've ever played with. So I'm happy to see him go back to the Cubs where he had so much success. Still don't know what the Cubs are doing. I have no idea what they're doing. But I'll always root for Jake Arrieta, and I'll always say this. He's got a chance to be one of the best pitchers in the league. I don't care what you say about his last year, whatever. The way he works and his mindset, I expect him to have a good year.
Well, they traded away a Cy Young guy for a Cy Young guy.
Yeah. No, I mean, don't get me wrong. I love memories. Trevor saying he can be one of the best pitchers in the league this year. I'm going to come down from that a little bit.
You calling bullspit?
I'm calling a little bit of bullspit.
Okay.
I mean, I love a good work ethic. CC Sabathia has got a great work ethic. He's lost a ton of weight. I don't think that means if he hopped on the mound right now, he'd be great. So I think you're going to get major league innings out of Arietta. I do like that. And that's kind of the back half of this Cubs team right now, and I feel like as we get further in our team profile and projections, coming soon, Jake Arrieta, you're going to get a professional start. Trevor Williams, our guy, right now they've got him as the 5 starter. He's going to give you a professional start. So guys that are familiar with the National League, still worried. The two things I'm worried about with their pitching staff is the depth and the talent.
Oh.
So, yeah.
This is some big things.
Yeah.
Yeah, a little bit.
Wow.
Can we talk about Trevor Williams for a sec? Do you want me to bring up like the Amir Garrett thing?
I do.
You do?
Interesting, right? Like he put that. It's not like we're like digging here. This was out on IG.
Well, this happened when we had Trevor Williams on the show.
The brawl.
And he talked about the brawl, and then Amir Garrett responded to what he said on our show and was like, fuck that guy, basically.
Yeah.
It's real. The hate.
It's one guy in MLB baseball. MLB like Amir Garrett.
So I'm they're in the same division. Again, I'm curious to see how this goes because you don't see this too often in the big leagues. You don't see guys absolutely hate each other and then talk about it openly. Like I hate some dudes, but I'm not just going to go out saying that I hate him and I want to pull up on him. But Amir Garrett, DGAF.
The Cubs might work this year.
Wow, now you're coming on to him. Can I give you some stats on Jake Arrieta, Trev?
Need them.
In 14, 15, and 16, I believe, were his Cy Young vote years. 14, 15, 16. Yeah. 15, he won the Cy Young. Back then.
Nasty.
I mean, he was throwing a ton of different pitches. His mix was really, his Cy Young year, he threw his sinker 33% of the time. He threw his slider 28% of the time. Fastball 18, As he went to the Phillies, he became sinker only. I don't know if this was I don't know what caused this. I'm guessing some people that follow Cubs and Phillies more know, was there an injury? Was there something? He became 61% sinker ball pitcher at that time. And I think it's because someone looked at his stats, right? And in 2015, when he won the Cy Young, his sinker had a 191 batting average against. And it was still his most used pitch. It had 257 slugging against. His sinker was dominant. Last year, his sinker had a 634 slugging, a 402 batting average. Year before that, it had a 304 batting average against. So his number one pitch just isn't doing it anymore. And now he's using it more than he did when it was working. So I really don't know what's happening with his pitch mix and stuff like that, but it seems like I hope his graph goes back to a steady mix of everything instead of just, last 2 years his sinker was 50 and 52% of the time. So,
yeah, I mean, part of the reason I'm excited about him this year, like I said, I know his work ethic, his body is still in phenomenal shape. So I don't think you have to worry about that. And sometimes all you need is the right voice in your ear. So maybe he didn't get that in Philadelphia. Clearly he didn't get it in Philly. They went through a couple of different pitching coaches there while he was there. And now he goes back to the Cubs. I don't know if the same guy is there, same pitching coach. I guess we should have looked that up in Chicago. But a little bit of familiarity. You get that juice flowing. He's in Wrigley again. Maybe he's pitching more day games. Maybe that's a thing. But I'll die on the hill that I'm going to root for Jake Arrieta. And I do think he could have a big year. Maybe he's not going to be Cy Young, but hey, they don't need.
What do you mean by big year? Can you
give us a stat line?
What do you want? What kind of stat?
Like 14-9, a 3.34
just regular
ERA.
old traditional statistics. What I think he's going to end up at.
No, give us his ex-Bacon.
Oh man, I what I would like to see is the hits per nine go down, because that's what I'm looking at right now. Like when he won the Cy Young, and the year before he had 0.3. Oh, that's a homer. Sorry, 5.9 and 6.3, and it ballooned last year to 10.4. So some of the softer contact, he needs to get back to that, and maybe that's pitch grip on his sinker, Jim. Like you were saying, his sinker wasn't sinking. So maybe he gets back and figures that grip out again, or uses that special sauce in Chicago. I don't know. But I'd expect him to – I mean, he had a 96 and a 90 ERA plus the last 2 years. I would look for him to be over league average again, 100%.
All right, so Baseball Reference is predicting with 67% reliability.
Huge.
Mm-hmm.
That he's going to have 133 innings pitched, which is around 20 to 23 starts, I guess. Decent enough full season where we are now in baseball. With a 4.67 ERA and an 8-9 win-loss projection. Is that worse than you're thinking in your head?
Yes.
Okay.
I could see him being upper threes this year.
That'd be a hell of a season for him.
Yeah.
That'd be a nice little bounce back. Jake, you started coming around on the Cubs. Do you want to extrapolate on that? You opened up with you didn't like their depth or their skill, and then you were like, I think the Cubs might do it.
In the starting pitching rotation, I mean, I scrolled up to their lineup, and man, you click around lineups, you don't see as much name power and depth as you currently see in the Cubs starting lineup, and it's crazy, man. I mean, right now Fangraphs has Jason Hayward 8th, Jock Peterson 6th, Bryant, Rizzo, dude, if a chunk of those guys put it together, I don't know. They're going to need Arietta to have Trevor Plouffe's 3.9 ERA season.
I mean, he's a career 3.76. He had under a 4 as recently as 2018?
2018.
So, I mean, he can do it.
Okay.
All right. That's the Cubs
Maybe
talk.
he hated the mound in Philly. I don't know, man.
Yeah.
Maybe. Did you like it?
I wonder if I ever stepped on the mound. Remember when A-Rod stepped on Dallas Braden's mound? That's kind of fun.
Someone did that to the Lizard King in St. Louis. What's his name?
Michaelis.
Yeah, someone did that to him, and he got really mad. Who was it? I made a breakdown on it. I totally forget.
Pitchers need to chill out. Who cares?
I think it was as Drew or like Starlin Castro or
Freddie Galvis.
And he was like, what?
Freddie Galvis is like the most universally liked person in the game. Like, chill out, dude. It's my day, though. It's my day. I'm pitching.
Yeah, pitchers basically have 30 birthdays a year.
It's so ridiculous. It's obnoxious, Jim. You know what I said to him? Hey, I'm in the lineup today. I'm in the lineup every freaking day.
Yeah.
You don't hear me talk about what music to wear, what freaking jerseys to wear. Get at it. Get over yourself, pitchers. Just stop.
Pitchers are babies.
Oh, thank you.
It's beautiful.
Wow. All right, speaking of pitchers, James Paxton signs with the Mariners. He goes back to the team he was with 1 year, $8.5 million guaranteed. There's some funky incentives in here, Trev, that kind of made my eyes widen a little bit. Like, he gets $750K if he starts 10 games. And I was like, that's a really low bar for games started. Paxton has started more than 10 games, I think, for the last 8 years, sans, obviously, the shortened season that we just had. And that's just seems like they're like, yeah, you can come here, but we don't think you're that healthy. I don't know. For some reason, it's like, that's really low. Like, to give $750K means that they think it's kind of likely that he doesn't start 10 games, which makes me think the reports in his bullpen session weren't like incredibly thought of, but I don't know. He also gets another $750 if he starts 20, correct, Jake? Was it 20?
Yep.
Yeah.
I guess it's like
Are
disaster
those
insurance.
counted on the what's it called, the threshold?
Yeah.
If they kick in
If
this
they kick
year.
in, yeah.
Okay.
So,
Hey, it's the
Great.
Jake doesn't have a solution, but if guys could opt for free agency a year earlier, because he was coming off back-to-back seasons where he started 28 and 29 games, 3.76, 3.82 ERA, a K per 9 that's at an elite level. And, yeah, man, last year he got hurt, a pretty significant back injury. He tried to bounce back, and then his average fastball, he went from a 94, 95 average fastball guy to a 91. So, yeah, talk about hitting free agency at the wrong time. And, hey, everything we said about Arietta reunion-wise, goes back to Seattle. It's a pitcher's ballpark. He's an interesting personality. I kind of like him for Seattle. His eyes kind of light up sometimes on the mound. Sometimes they don't, and that worries you a little bit as a fan. But I like it. Go shove, and, hey, either maybe the Mariners lock him up to a team-friendly 3 or 4 year deal if he looks like James Paxton again, or could become a very interesting name around the deadline if he looks like the James Paxton from 2014 all the way through 2019.
yeah. He I think he'll be traded, or he'll be a trade piece for them if he's healthy and pitching well. Paxton, as a Yankees fan watching him, was very interesting. It was either he was like mean and pitching, he liked to say downhill with intensity, or he was like droopy shoulder, Snoopy sad Charlie Brown walking on the mound like, oh, Paxton's not into this one at all, and then it would go terribly. He was a big body language guy for me. It's like Pineda, same guy. Like the very much like they call him Mr. Peas. You heard that saying, Trev?
I don't know what that means.
David Cohn, in his book, he said that that's what they would call a lot of starting pitchers, Mr. Peas, where, like you're saying, everything has to be perfect. One thing goes off, and then their whole like vibe and day gets ruined, and you can just see their body language change. I think it's a little harsh to Don Paxton. I've seen a lot of pitchers that are way worse than that, but sometimes it was like, dude, like he had first inning woes, and you would just see like sadness like abound on his face, and it's like, come on, man.
I mean, you guys watched it a lot more than me. I mean, like, I'm not wanting to talk about body language. I'm sure you can find plenty of clips of me playing where my body language is poor to quite poor. But I get it. You know, if you're looking at these guys and you're going to a game and Paxton's on the hill, you're spending your good money on going to a ball game, and you see him moping around, you don't want to see that. You don't want to show your kids that. So I get it, but it is hard to always have that, you know, I don't even know what to say, that kind of demeanor where you're just on all the time. But if he does it too much, then I totally get it. But you got to kind of give some breaks here and there. Draymond Green talked about that last night. That was a big thing on Twitter last night, that sometimes shit happens.
I fully understand. I mean, you got to be wired weird to be a light switch guy. Like Tom Brady, like every time you're on the field, you're just in like crazy mode.
Those guys are rare. They really are.
I just appreciate the pitchers who will grind through a start. Like, that's why Tanaka was so loved. Because on days he, quote-unquote, didn't have his stuff, he would just make shit up or get intense. You see him scream at himself. Well, like Paxton had a couple games where he did that, and it was awesome.
I kind of like Pax finding it again and gets the extension because, hey, these Mariners looking into their front view window, they think it's coming. They've got 5 top 70 prospects that should be up in the next 2 seasons. They already have some young guys that are up and doing it. And, little quirk, right now their top 4 starting pitchers are all lefties in their rotation.
Weird.
Well, that's cool.
Weird.
Marco, Paxton, Kikuchi, and Justice.
Kikuchi.
That's like when you draft, all of a sudden you look at your fantasy football draft and you have like way too many running backs or quarterbacks.
You take-
Like, what are they, all lefties? What are they doing?
You take that tight end in the second round because you're all like, you like the
stop
value
it.
there. And then,
That's an interesting thing. I don't know what that's about. Who's their GM? Dipoto?
Yeah.
yeah.
Jerry. Get a righty. There's a lot of right-handed bats in the big leagues. Get a righty. Let's go.
Do it.
Let's go.
The Padres. They saw the Dodgers making moves and said, let's make some more moves to our bullpen. They get Mark Melanson and Kella?
Keone.
Kella. So, I mean, those are some good pickups. What's their bullpen look like right now?
They got pitching.
I like Melanson and I like Keone. You talk about a body language guy. Keone is going to stare right through your soul when he's on the mound.
Pomerantz, Pagan, Melanson, Pierce Johnson, Matt Strom, Keone Kella. Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Tim Hill coming from underground to throw it.
Tim Hill.
Pods are good, man.
Timothy Hill. Yeah, I don't really have much besides good gets.
Good bolsters, man. They don't have that defined closer. Right now it looks like they've got DrewPalm.com penciled in. My guy, Ole Miss. Married a Vandy girl. Might be there. We'll see. I don't know. I'm interested to see if they just do straight up closer by committee at some point this season. Do you go with your pagan ways, Melanson, Pomeranz? Interested to see how it all develops down there for
Are you guys
San
a
Diego.
last 3 outs are different person, or are you I need my best reliever in the highest leverage situation?
Heavy life questions here.
I do think the last 3 outs are different, especially come postseason. But if you don't have one of those guys, like if we went around the league, how many teams have that guy? I don't think it's a lot. And then, I don't know. Yankees have been spoiled with their bullpen.
That is a little deep of a question.
It depends who's out there.
Yeah, I think it's really case by case.
If you've got 3 really good guys that can put their ego aside and not have that old school closer mentality and get the outs where you need, like that's the dream, I think, in modern baseball. But there's a couple guys out there that still deserve that
like
night.
Chapman for you guys is back end of the game because we've seen him come in non-save situations and he hasn't done well.
Yeah,
Maybe
Chapman kind of like doesn't even care about
lot.
regular season games.
So for him, he's strictly back end last 3 outs kind of guy.
And you need guys on the same level because there's still this. If the Yankees use Chapman in the 8th inning and he mowed down a pair of lefties and it was good job, good effort, and then last year Ottavino came in and got knocked around for the 9th, no one cares. You say, why didn't you wait? So
you can't ask Yankee fans about that. I mean, we've been so spoiled because not only do we have Mariano Rivera and then Chapman, Cashman has always had a closer in the 8th inning guy. Zach Britton is a closer that is our 8th inning guy. David Robertson was a closer that came to be our 8th inning guy. Rafael Soriano was a closer that Cashman brought in to be the 8th inning guy. So we've just been overtly spoiled with 8th and 9th inning guys that we don't really have a normal mindset for it.
Okay.
Hader and Devin Williams, they're going to be fun to watch. They were fun to watch last year, but if they fully go, hey, you're the stopper today, you're the closer, and they eye the lanes, that could change baseball, I think.
It'd be fun.
I'm definitely a high leverage situation. I want my best guy in there. It's hard to do that. You have to have the guy he has to buy into that role.
Yeah.
Like Andrew Miller bought into that role.
I think
But-
Hendricks had a really good quote when he signed with the White Sox. He was like, I don't give a damn. I just want to get the outs. And like, yeah, that's what you want.
Straya.
I love it. Yeah, he has some funny quotes out there. He's doing it the right way.
The Rays signed 2 pitchers. They signed Colin McHugh to a 1-year, $1.8 million deal, and Rich Hill, who's 41 years old, to a 1-year, $2.5 million deal. They also brought back Archer and Waka. Our guy Eno Saris wrote a really good article about their strategy here. They basically have 12 starting pitchers, like 6 old, kind of injured, risky guys, and 6 prospects, so they're looking to take the leap. And then Yarbrough, Chirinos are like the stable guys. Is there one more stable guy that I'm missing? Glass now, obviously. So they're just going to throw the kitchen sink and see what sticks comes. They're going to do a lot of bulk innings, probably, a lot of piggybacking, a lot of you get the first 3, he gets the next 3, and by postseason they see who's still around and who's twirling it. Interesting way to go about it.
Horned up on your Rays. You guys have been seeing it the past few weeks. I think they're looking at it totally differently. I don't, I think Blake Snell leaving a normal team would hurt that team, but they kind of implored him differently. That's not even close to the right word.
Chirinos is out, says the chat.
Chirinos
Still hurt.
is out.
TJ?
I think he got hurt late August.
Oh, okay.
I mean,
Yeah,
Glass now, Rich Hill, Archer, Yarbrough, Waka, Colin McHugh, Honeywell, if he can ever stay on the field, is supposed to have crazy talent. Two-way McKay is supposed to be doing it. They've got 12 guys who are going to get starts this year. Eno Saris wrote a really good article on it. They see, an MLB season, you need 800, 700 good innings, and they've got enough guys to do that. It's going to be funny to see timing of injuries because that's almost a game they're playing now amongst their young guys. They've also got that McClanahan kid is normally a starter. Like, they've got bodies. Rays are going to pitch. And, hey, when we talk about the Rays reclamation project and going forward, how does that organization work? What do they get out of Waka, Archer, Rich Hill, McHugh this year? Because they can start bringing that to – if those guys shove, they start bringing that to every free agency. And now the Rays have this weird, cheap, messed up pitching factory.
I hope they suck because I'm a Yankees fan and I want them to be bad. And I hope they suck because I don't want people to be copying their strategy more because I think it's bad for the growth of baseball. Boom. They'll probably be good. They'll probably be good.
I haven't made my mind up on them. I need to go through all these TPPs before I make kind of my World Series selection again. But I'm not feeling like I'd felt last year about them. That's a me thing. It's not a them thing. They could be the same on paper, and maybe after I do some more research, I'll feel a different way. But they just don't. They sparked it for me a little bit. They got the juices flowing this year. I don't see it. I don't see it.
We'll have to do a deeper dive.
Deeper dive coming up.
TPP. All right, we got a couple other things here. The Yankees signed left-handed pitcher Justin Wilson to the bullpen. They also gave Jay Bruce a minor league deal. The Orioles signed Matt Harvey to a minor league deal. Him and King Felix just swapping war stories. Matt Harvey telling King, like, yeah, me and you, we used to be really big. And King Felix like, no.
Yeah, you weren't like me.
Seth Lugo will have surgery to remove bone spurs in his elbow. He won't throw again for at least 6 weeks. Do you guys have anything on any of that?
Trev,
do you have anything on Wilson or Bruce? We clearly did a whole Talkin' Yanks episode on it, so.
I'm not too familiar with Wilson. Is it a minor league deal, major league deal?
Major league deal.
Okay, good for him. More depth. Jay Bruce, I love him. I've known Jay for a long time. I mean, literally since 2004. He's always been able to hit. And that's just another depth piece. I mean, you guys have some outfielders there that, don't have the best track record of staying healthy. So Jay's there. And, gosh, I can only imagine him hitting balls into that short porch and right. The guy can still hit, dude. The guy can still hit. So good for them. Matt Harvey, I could care less about. Sorry, Dark Knight.
Harvey's going to look bad in the Orioles uniform. Have we talked about that yet?
Mm-mm.
I think Harvey and King Felix both won't look natural.
I think King
in an
Felix.
Orioles uniform.
I think King Felix can look good in any uni.
I don't know.
I think he opens up enough buttons, and
I see that, Jake.
Yeah.
I see that. Big old Aggie uni.
that might be maybe that's a team that we can get you on, Trev. Who's the all can rep any uni team?
Harper.
Tatis, obviously.
Tatis, Harper's a good uni guy for sure. Not everyone can do it. Not everyone can do it.
Lugo's kind of a decent blow to the Mets. 2018, 2019, dude made 115 appearances.
It's only 6 weeks, though.
2.68 ERA. Yeah, but, getting into the season, and he's going to have to build up from there. He's not going to have spring training. We've seen these pitchers are creatures of habits. He was pretty mad last year, but they kind of messed with him starting and going to the bullpen because he was looking so good. So, interested to see how that. Seth Lugo is supposed to be a big part of that team if the Mets are fully operational.
I guess Yankees injury brain, 6 weeks is absolutely nothing if we get a full season. Absolutely.
Oh, I thought you were going to go the opposite way with it, where 6 weeks turns into 12 weeks.
No, every Yankee misses at least 6 weeks. So I don't doesn't faze me.
Get it out of the way.
Sure. You know how many Didi Gregorius missed a full month every year. He still was there in the playoffs and had good numbers. I don't know. It's just warped injury Yankee brain. You tell me you guys are going to be out 6 weeks and we're to start the season. Oh, great. He'll be pitching in June. That's basically the start of the season.
Yankees brain.
Yankees injury brain.
Trevor, in 2015, you went 2 for 2 RBIs against Justin Wilson.
Whoa.
That was when he was a Yankee, too, and he had a really good year.
Whoa.
Ground ball up the middle to score Sano
line drive.
on July 26th. And then in the single to left field, I think through the shortstop third base hole, scored Bauer. So congratulations.
Thank you.
Huge.
Good job, Trev.
That lefty sounds white to me, Justin Wilson.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Nailed it. Cleveland signed Billy Hamilton and Ben Gamble to minor league deals. Ass Crabs goes to the Diamondbacks on a 1-year, $1.75 million deal. That's really it. That's everything. We do have our daily episode starting tomorrow. We had everyone rank the order of the teams, and we're going worst to first. So tomorrow's team profile and projection will be the Pittsburgh Pirates, correct?
All over it.
Yep. So they're 20 minutes long. So from today until opening day, there will be an episode a day of Talkin' Baseball. We do this. This will be the second year we're doing it for Talkin' Baseball. We've done this for Talkin' Yanks. We're going on, this will be our 5th year or 4th year doing it. So daily episodes, strap in. They're coming. They're quick. They're fun. Again, you know more about your favorite team than we do, but we're trying to figure it out for ourselves so we can get some understanding. Some we come in with one idea and leave with another. Some we stay the same.
Trev, can I talk to you for a second?
Yes, you can.
Jake Odorizzi, what's going on, man?
I've been checking in with him, and things are just still kind of moving slow.
Okay.
I'd assume it'll pick up now that pitchers and catchers are reported. But is that a game the owners are playing? Maybe.
Who else is still out there?
Cole Hamels, no idea what he has in the tank. Porcello, there's some innings for someone if they want him. Yaya Puig, Jackie Bradley Jr., Taijuan Walker, Trevor Rosenthal.
That's a big one.
That can be significant for the right team. Tommy Milwan, Trevor's guy that he likes to shit on. Mitch Moreland.
No, I love Tommy. I just pick against him in the homer.
Brett Gardner, Brett Anderson.
Yeah.
Cool.
So, a little more action coming. Not too much.
Let's go to spring training. Fuck it. Let's just go.
Soft.
You get out here for opening day.
Soft. Get out here for opening day.
I'm gonna be out there for opening day. I need to find a way to get vaccinated.
On the record?
On the record? Did you just say you're going to come here for opening day?
I got the A-OK from Olivia.
Ooh.
Which is really the only step.
Okay.
But now we have to figure it out.
One. Done.
So you're coming. You want to stay at my house or you want us to get your hotel? There's a hotel in the Bronx called the Stadium Inn. Looks like if
I don't wanna
I
stay
would
in the
guess they
Bronx,
don't
so
have a
that's
single
what I'm
bed
saying.
in the hotel. What's
Wanna
that?
stay there? I'd stay with BBD and his grandma if they're just gonna make out all the time.
Yeah.
She'll be
Yeah, that's a
vaxxed by
show
then.
people want to watch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, David, I think I'm gonna try making out with Trevor today.
No, Grandma, no.
Olivia might come with me. Might be
Yes.
make out with
Ooh.
Olivia, Granny.
There we go. All right. Thank you guys very much for tuning in. We'll see you tomorrow. Well, you'll see us. TP Peace. Bam. Enjoy. Jake sucks.
Thanks for donating, Ryan. I don't know. Yes. More stuff.
Guarding.